Can you explain the gap on your resume? Can you explain the gap on your staff? Hey, no, we're taking advantage of you. Stop. I sold my first forklift. I mean, hell yeah, dude. Again, this is what you want to do, get that bag, man. I could never sell a damn forklift, even if I knew everything about them. I'm a terrible salesman. I love applying for jobs. So many great options. Would I like to be paid poorly, or would I like to work for someone evil? Oh, cool. This one's both. Most of them are both. Hi, all. I'm elated to announce the announcement of my elation. Well, hey, congrats, dude. I'm psyched. Nobody. LinkedIn influencers? Oh, that one's just too funny. Yesterday, I was walking to an interview. There was a starving dog on the road. I stopped to feed him and missed the interview. The next day, I got a call asking to come in to do the interview. I was surprised, but I went. Then the interviewer came in. He was the dog. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I could have all these by age 33. My home paid off, a 6-figure passive income, vacation home by the beach, a chef for home-cooked meals, paid off Tesla. And yep, I was right. I don't have any of those. Okay, bye. Back to work. I am excited to announce I don't have an internship. Well deserved. Love this. Exactly on time. My apologies for the confusion just now as you arrived for your interview with blank at 11 a.m. I understand you live close, just up the road, and are looking for a job with full-time hours. Unfortunately, we would not consider employing someone in a full-time capacity that arrives to an interview exactly on time. Maybe arriving a little earlier to future job interviews would show the employer that you are keen. Wishing you all the best with your job search. Kind regards, the dumbest son of a bitch I think I've ever read a message from. Are you kidding me? Dude, I hate this, actually on time is 15 minutes early bullcrap. Screw you. Absolutely screw you. I hope that you never, ever fill that position, dude. Wow, that's pathetic. One of my employees resigned back in the 90s. Bright guy. Hated to see him go. He wanted to go start some kind of computer company. I said to him, hey kid, good luck out there. He winked and tipped his hat. He was wearing a hat. That man's name was Bill Gates. Well, Bill Gates started Microsoft in the 70s, so this can't be real. Different Bill Gates. The one I'm talking about didn't do that well in the end. Oh, how's that Bill Gates doing? I need to know. A candidate showed up for his interview 30 minutes late. I gave him the job anyway. He's our worst employee. He's always late. Well, this does feel like a little bit of a set expectations kind of thing. Look, you want someone to arrive early all the time? Do what that other guy did and refuse to allow anybody that arrives on time to work for you. You want a guy that's going to be late all the time? I guess be okay with them being 30 minutes late to their interview. I don't know. Two extremes. Both are incredibly stupid. 76,000 followers. A paying customer for 7 years. Original content about scams, manipulative marketing, and sales. And LinkedIn have decided to permanently remove my account due to the content I make. While fake stories, engagement pods, pyramid schemes, post freely. Madness. I wonder why they would do that. Makes you think, doesn't it? Manager telling us we're a family. Me, who has applied to 30 other families this week. Always be trying. There's always something better. And somehow there's always someone, or I guess we should say there's always a family out there that's willing to pay you at least a little bit more for your time. Your job is not a family. You owe them nothing. He's one of the most successful entrepreneurs I know. Just made it to the Forbes 30 under 30. Here's how he made his first $15 million. Get up at 4:30 a.m. every day. 60 minutes of cardio. Take a cold shower. Have breakfast rich in protein and healthy fats. Schedule out your day. Dad owns Fortune 500 company. Meditate. Oh, that's every single success story. Every single one. Here's how I did this thing that's literally impossible for the common citizen. Meet the final boss of LinkedIn. CPA, CIA, CMA, CFE, CFM, CFC, FMVA, CBCA, CFI partner, instructor of, well, a lot of crap. What the hell? I got rejected by Apple. I got rejected by Facebook. I got rejected by Google. I was jobless. I could have given up all hope, but I took it as a sign to take the leap of faith. So I started my own enterprise. Then I got rejected by the end customer. Now I'm jobless and broke. Moral of the story, keep yourself hydrated. That doesn't make any sense. Neither do all the inspiring... Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate someone who's out there telling the truth. Forget everything you learned in college. You won't need it here. But I didn't go to college. Well, then you're unqualified for this job. Confused, unga bunga. No, for real. I hate that this is how it is. No matter what your degree, man, it seems like that's how it works. Like, oh, forget all that. We do things differently here. Why did I get the f***ing degree then? Don't forget, no friends, no family, and no kids means I can do deals around the clock. How fun! How's that grind set, dude? Must be real fulfilling. Dude, I saw an image on Twitter a little while back of some dude at a fur con. He took off his furry head and started working. Like, dude, aren't you there for fun? Why are you working right now? No one is impressed. No one cares. We actually kind of feel bad. My 4-year-old froze on stage at her first ballet recital. I failed, she told me after the show. I looked at her, heartbroken, with tears in my eyes. No, I failed you, but today you've given me more than I could ever ask for. You gave me a sad kid story to post on LinkedIn. Link what? She asked. LinkedIn, I replied. A place where depressing personal anecdotes involving imaginary children are posted and mined for engagement in order to boost one's own professional identity. She looked at me confused. But Dad, I cut her off. Shh. It's okay. When I received my job offer, I asked if I could get back to them because I had another offer to consider. But it was so I could get off the phone and squeal because I was so excited. They called me back 5 minutes later and offered me $5,000 more and a better title to drop the other offer. Now that is how you negotiate. I asked my boss for a raise. He said, what for? I told him 3 different companies are after me. He asked which ones. I said gas, water, and electric. SMH at all these spoiled people not willing to work for half their market worth for no reason. The other day, I interviewed a potential manager to work with my company. He requested to be paid $40 an hour, to which I replied, the most I pay anyone initially is $20 until I can trust them. He then went on to tell me about his depth of experience and how he's not in the tryout phase of his life anymore. Then he hung up. When I was 24, I worked 20 to 40 hours a week as an intern with no pay. Wow, what a flex. I learned more than any high-paying job could have taught me. No, you f***ing didn't. Furthermore, my experience opened the door to so many incredible opportunities that I could not have gotten otherwise. Frank, you're a dipshit. I don't care how successful you are. You're not better than everybody else for having been an intern slave, dude. Bro, it's not a flex, man. They're taking advantage of you. Companies when they hire normal employees. Companies when they hire managers. Yeah, the scrutiny absolutely stops at the bottom rung. It absolutely does. The dystopian future where daycare and parental leave are replaced with babies at your workplace. If the office can be managed from home, then home can also be managed from the workplace. Finally, a desk for working parents. I can see what they're going for, but that would be a terrible goddamn work environment for everybody that doesn't have a small child who is going to be screaming and yelling and needing more than just sitting in a playpen all day type of attention. Recruiter asked me to send in a report of my total earnings in 2020 and 2021 as a part of the negotiation process. Hi, please send me your salary info as soon as possible. As mentioned, it's the legal right of companies to show proof of salary in blank. In this case, blank has asked for your total earnings. We cannot negotiate a higher salary unless you provide this info. We need a benchmark for negotiations with her. Thanks. Yeah, they do not have a legal right to your salary. Oh, companies also, as far as I know, don't have a legal right to prevent you from speaking about your salary and sharing it. And no, it's not rude. We need to get that mindset out of here. Again, I'm sorry, I'm cursing too much, I apologize, but we do need to stop that, okay? Hi, blank. After some consideration, I still strongly believe it's not relevant to the negotiation. In fact, I feel I was actually asked more personal information, including past salary discussions, than I've experienced in any past interviews. If this report is absolutely necessary, I'd like to not pursue this opportunity further. Thank you. Interviewed at, was it Facebook, about 10 years ago? Interviewer looked at my CV and said, we don't count internships as experience here, so let's just forget all of that. Me? Those weren't internships. I went to college part-time and worked full-time to pay for it. Dead silence. Okay, wait a minute. What kind of stupid is that? We don't count internships as experience. The entire point, supposed trade-off of working for free through an internship is that you are gaining experience, right? Are you actually kidding me? Oh my god. Imagine getting sacked, and then the next day, when you finally regained your composure, you come onto LinkedIn and look for another job. Only to see that the very boss who sacked you yesterday has just posted a selfie of himself crying. What? Reality, unemployed, versus LinkedIn, blockchain enthusiast, cryptocurrency evangelist, influencer, inspirer, chef visionary? Dude, I can't read today. Chief visionary, serial entrepreneur, i.e. every business I started has failed, founder, omission, philanthropist, another omission, empowering, something, life coach, father, trendsetter, top 1% of LinkedIn profiles, according to myself, speaker, TEDx, two-time attendee. Good God. I have a LinkedIn, man. I hate it. It's so stupid and pointless. There is no point to it. I'm so grateful for my career. I'm not bragging, but I just want to thank God. I went from homeless to living paycheck to paycheck to saving enough money to purchase an excellent internet data plan that allowed me to download this picture. Wow, braggy McBraggerson. I got featured in the Hong Kong Museum of Memes. I did not know they had a museum of memes, but you know what? Not bad. Now that is a flex. Sharing your porn enthusiasm on LinkedIn. I like to watch porn. Yeah, I admit it. And sure, many of you out there have seen your fair share. But why am I bringing this up? For two reasons. Because no topic is off limits, and, well, that's not true, and because it's important to be aware of indulgences in your life. There are some things that need to be done in moderation. For some, including myself, porn is one of them. Be very aware of the things that, if you do too much of, could cause more harm than good. Carry on. How unemployed are these people, man? Looking for a caterpillar. Must have 5 years of experience as a butterfly and at least a master's degree. This will be an unpaid position. The length of a LinkedIn post is directly proportional to the amount of bullshit in it. Ain't that the truth? That's the motherload of knowledge right there, man. The New York Times has an 8-round interview process. You would have an initial call with a recruiter, then the hiring manager, followed by a coding challenge. If all goes well at that point, there would be 5 rounds with the team via Zoom. Your thoughts on a call with the recruiter for this team? Do let me know. I appreciate you reaching out, but that is excessive. I wouldn't be interested. Most companies now have a 3 or 4-step interview process that's more respectful of my time. I wish you the best of luck in your recruiting efforts, though. I don't. I hope no one falls for that crap. When it goes from a couple of hours to maybe over the course of a week you have a couple of interviews, whatever, no big deal, that's one thing. But I guarantee you this 8-round load of crap is going to take weeks, maybe over a month of your time. What are you supposed to do in the meantime? You're going to this place to be interviewed for free. Oh no, my bills arrived. Well, that's not our f***ing problem, is it? Explain the gap in your resume is so infuriating, because maybe I was just vibing. Maybe something catastrophic happened. Why do you have to share intimate personal details to justify non-productive, non-laboring periods of your literal human existence? Oh my God. That's true. I feel like we should all be very honest. What's this gap in your resume here? Oh, I just didn't want to work. I was living my life. You know, the one that I get? I was just doing what I could to spend every moment as a person. Yeah. Crazy, right? I'm traveling for work, and instead of eating a fancy dinner out, I've decided to cook a cheaper meal in the motel room. Even though the hotel room didn't have a kitchen, I managed to use the coffee machine to cook chicken with butter and garlic. Although my company allows me to expense dinner while traveling, I wanted to save money because I know that every dollar counts. It's the little things that get you promoted. Thanks for ruining the coffee maker, jackass. Also got a sneaky suspicion they couldn't give less of a shit about you cooking chicken in a coffee machine for your promotion. We own that grind. LinkedIn really flies under the radar as the social media platform that's absolutely the most unhinged. It is pretty closed off. It's weird. I love it. Counterpoint. If a team runs itself for 6 months, forget about hiring a manager and just give everyone a raise. Reminder, if a team runs itself for 6 months while you hire a manager, you shouldn't be hiring, you should be promoting. Well, Matt, you are correct. Also, the other person is correct. What the hell is the point of a manager if they have been able to successfully keep themselves going for 6 months? Although I've got a sneaky suspicion in that particular case that someone stepped up and did more than the rest, in which case, I don't know, that could be your manager if you really need that dip structure. Either way, they do all deserve raises regardless. Does your boss know you joke about design industry on Twitter? Yeah, he does. If you'd like to contact him, however, please feel free over here. Hi, my name's Blank from the recruitment agency Blankety Blank Blank Media. I was wondering if you knew about your employer Tommy Mason and his Twitter material? I'm my own boss, you wet wipe. I hope that dude felt like a complete dip, because he is one. He so is one, but I love it. Big shout out to all the companies requiring their employees to come back into the office full time. Especially those that hired people remotely all over the country in 2020 and 2021, but are now expecting them to relocate to headquarters. And especially those that are only giving said employees 3 months or less to pick up their entire lives and move. Y'all are giving the rest of us some great candidates. I hope you're treating those candidates much better. A recruiter just contacted me about a role. That role reports to me where I currently work. At least they thought of you, man. My friend sent this to me. Caption, wow, this company just invented the lunch break. This morning, we launched the Just Eat Power Hour. Our colleagues told us while in lockdown they were on back-to-back calls and found it difficult to take a break away from their screen. That's not how we roll, so we've introduced the Power Hour. It's designed for just eaters to have guilt-free time away from meetings, have lunch with the family, go for a walk, exercise, just breathe. It's their time. Another way we continue to brilliantly enhance the lives of just eaters everywhere. So wait, did you just admit that you weren't letting people take lunch breaks before? That is illegal. Stories on LinkedIn be like, yesterday we had a Zoom meeting and Sanjay was reluctant to turn on his cam. I insisted that he did, and we saw that he was presenting from a bed in the ICU where his mother lay dying. He apologized profusely for the inconvenience. I said, don't apologize for being human, Sanjay, and I didn't fire him. I just cut his salary. Show compassion for your employees. When recruiters offer me $11 an hour for skilled desktop support, I send them this. Bucky's minimum wage, 3 weeks paid time off, that's pretty good. 40-plus hour work weeks available, 401k, use it, cash it, roll it. Assistant, 19 and up, team leader, 16 to 19. See, these are pretty decent numbers. They're not bad. To start, by the way, to start. Because again, $19 an hour for like a full long career. I like that it's 19 and up. They didn't give you a higher range for that, thankfully. But you know, by the time I'm retirement age, I better be making like $50+ an hour. We're not playing that game. Got sent home on my first day because the company forgot to tell me another candidate was chosen last minute. Are you kidding me? We should be able to bill companies for this crap. Exactly as the title reads. I interviewed for a receptionist gig last week and got the job. I was told I would be training with Linda and to come in today at 9 a.m. sharp. I got there 10 minutes early, and when I walked into the office, nobody knew who I was, and the manager, who interviewed me, was nowhere to be seen. The manager had gone to another candidate last minute, did not bother to phone or email me, and did not inform any of the workers. He was too lazy or cowardly to inform me, and instead let me be absolutely embarrassed instead. The woman who was chosen last minute was standing with Linda, who was supposed to be training me, and looked absolutely gobsmacked. Back to the grind. They should fire that guy. Just started calling employers and saying I was told to call back today to set up an interview. Pretty much what the title says. I was sick of not getting any word back from employers. Then the realization struck that they were going through hundreds of applications and were probably at the point where they don't know who's who anymore. So, new job application process is to apply for a job, wait a few days, call the employer letting them know I was under consideration for the position, and was scheduling an interview per their request. Results so far are 4 interviews this month compared to 1 interview over the last 3. Of the 20 or so times I've done this, I've only been called out on it once, and that one time I just hung up. Not bad. Bravo, you know? We're short-staffed. Please be patient with the staff that did show up. No one wants to work anymore. Nah, Little Caesars. No one wants to work in your sweatshop-ass kitchen for not enough money to pay their rent or to travel to your job. I'm getting real sick of this one too. Ooh, I hate it. Unionize. They can't tell you no. The government cannot tell you no. Unionize. ASAP. There's only so many people in the country that can work. Only so many people in the world that can work. What the hell are they gonna do when all of us can't afford to buy their shit anymore? Everything explodes. Inspiring. This CEO saw one of his employees digging through the dumpster for food, so he bought her a headlamp to make it easier to sift through the garbage. America. And I really like your resume. What are your salary expectations? I offer a variety of plans to meet your needs. Choose the plan that best works for you. Ah, here we go. I like it. Unlimited emails per week. See, that's not bad. I like that he reduces the poop breaks as well. Choose the plan and enhance it with optional add-ons. Sign up today and choose from several payment options. Recruiter, we offer a competitive salary. Employee, great. How much is it? Don't worry about it, it's competitive. Anyways, what skills do you have? Oh, I have amazing skills. Great, can you tell me more about them? Don't worry, they're amazing. I love that term. Competitive salary just seems to be the exact same thing as we don't pay jack at all. You will not be able to afford to live by working here. This is the 2nd year I've been married, and the 2nd year my husband has taken a similar photo of me during our Valentine's Day dinner, taking a work call. While I understand the split between work and life, I've never been good at it, and my husband understands that. Helping other people never sleeps. I mean, look, if the two of you have an understanding, I don't think it really matters, you know? I understand that some couples are going to treat Valentine's Day as something sacred and, oh, if you mess up Valentine's Day, we're through kind of thing. And others are like, I think it's just kind of funny that it seems to happen every year on Valentine's Day that they mess with you. But whatever, you doing your job, You getting that bag? It doesn't seem like he's all that friggin' pissed. Employer, you're hired. Salary is $36,000. Me, I was hoping for $50. We have coffee on tap and a casual dress code. That's great, but foosball tables and treadmill desks. Please calm down. Dogs at work, happy hours, free fucking snacks. Millennials love this shit. Where's the ping pong table? HR, we decided to go with another candidate who aligns with our needs at this time. Job is reposted on LinkedIn, so that was a lie. I briefly worked as a recruiter in Dallas. I was stunned by how much illegal stuff goes on. They had me checking social media to see if candidates were attractive and white enough to go to jobs. There was a minority drawer where applications were disappeared. I quit. This is something that I know crap like this happens constantly. This didn't happen. He's just looking for his employees to tell him he looks like Adam Levine. A candidate roasted me during an interview. He said, "You look like a much less talented version of Adam Levine." I thought, why would you insult your future employer? She worked at Google, presented well on the phone, and aced our engineering test. I thought the in-person interview would be a formality by then, until she came in and hurled insults faster than a machine gun. No, yeah, the title is right. That didn't happen. You just, I don't know, maybe didn't vibe with the candidate and wanted to invent a reason that makes you look hot. I'll never know why she did that, but I do know my values. If she mistreats me as the CEO and co-founder, she would do the same to our employees. I don't care how intelligent you are. I don't care if you've worked for all Fortune 10 companies. I don't care if the ROI on your hiring would be $1 billion. Then you are really stupid. If that were the case, then you are so bad at business that you don't deserve to be doing anything in business. Are you a moron? This is a new level of hell. Personal budget. Each candidate at Dave's company sends in their personal budget during the interview process to ensure they can support their family on what we're paying for that position. You don't want to hurt someone's family by allowing them to take a position they can't afford. Besides, broke and desperate people do not make good team members. Spousal interview. One of the last steps you should take before a hire is an interview with the candidate and his or her spouse. The spouse will tell you pretty quickly whether the position will really work for the family. Can you just pay people enough to fucking live? Look at all these hoops that they are inventing, constructing, and forcing people to jump through. If you cannot afford to support your employees enough so that they can live, you do not deserve to be in business. Ever. God, I'm sick of this. Gotta find a way to stand out. Test scores. Oh, my blood pressure's pretty good. That's new. If you don't get hired for an unpaid internship, it literally makes no difference. Just show up and start working. What are they gonna do? Pay you? PhD math student rejected for not having 3 hours of calc on their transcript? Wait, what? I had a job application decline because my PhD transcript didn't show that I had a bachelor's degree, which included 3 hours of calculus. My manager reviewed your application. Unfortunately, the determination still stands. In order to meet the basic education requirement, the agency must have the proper documentation to show you completed at least 3 semester hours of calculus from an accredited college. I am a PhD student in mathematics. Oh my God. Put the salary in the job description. No one should have to take time off to find out the job they're interviewing for pays significantly less than the one they already have. If the salary is so competitive, why won't you tell me what it is? Because they're lying. 12-month ban from applying because of a 5-minute personality test. Oh, dude, another evil corp. Thank you for the time you've recently dedicated to follow the selection process. This is to inform you about the status of your application. Unfortunately, based on the results of the online assessment you've completed, we will not be advancing your application to the next step. You will be able to retake the online assessment after 12 months. It's awesome. Do y'all know that I'm permanently banned from working at Target? I'm willing to bet that so many of you thought that I did something terrible. You assumed that I stole, knocked over 14 shelves worth of stuff, or accidentally ran over an old lady with a cart. But no, maybe we'll talk about it. I was at Costco yesterday and saw these 2 items for sale. A snow shovel that cost $20 and an electronic snow blower that costs $800. The lesson I see here is laziness is 40 times more expensive than effort. I guess just screw old people and those with disabilities then? Like what is it? What is it with the lack of respect for other people in general? I know that that's just that false equivalency Twitter type argument, where I like pancakes. Oh, so you hate waffles? But at the same time, look at the lesson he learned. He equates the snowblower with laziness. Nuh-uh. I use a snow shovel, but I don't think that someone using a snowblower is a lazy sack of shit. Bribe the hiring manager after a rejection? Someone I know had multiple interviews at her dream company, but she didn't get the job. So she did this. It's brilliant. She sent the hiring manager a $20 Starbucks gift card. With it, she included a note card that said, "I just wanted to thank you very much for considering me for your social media coordinator opening. I'm still in..." Of course you are. How many people who that hiring manager has ever interviewed with did this? 0. So she still didn't get the job. So she wasted $20 on someone that didn't choose her anyway. Unprofessional, maybe? I have a series of questions that I'm going to ask you, so please answer them in detail to the best of your ability. Who is this? Owner of the company you applied for on Indeed. Can you f***ing lead with that? In an interview, ask the company if they're actively considering any internal candidates for the role. If they are, ask what advantages external candidates might offer to the position. If they struggle to answer, it's a good indicator that they're wasting your time. Of course they are. Of course they are. Companies do one of two things in this case. They interview people for no goddamn reason and hire someone from within, or they screw over the people that are already working there and ready to be promoted, and then they hire some random dork. One or the other. I don't know, man. This whole thing is stupid. Google would never lay off. Aged like milk. Happy to announce I was not impacted by the recent Meta layoffs because I work at Google, a company that would never do this in a million years. Dude, if you have the balls to say that about your dumbass software, super mega creepy demon conglomerate, maybe you need to find a different industry, because these people do this crap every 8 seconds. Employer, we are urgently hiring. Employer, after I apply. I'm getting so sick of that too. In the last couple of years, I wanted to pick up some part-time work just to get me out of the house, get me moving again so I'm not sitting at my desk the entire rest of my life. And yeah, no one frickin' replies. And I do call after 3 to 7 days. I do. It's good to check up and then have a manager go, actually, we weren't hiring for like the last 3 months. That was left up on accident. You people are pathetic. I was on a hiring team to hire a mid-level data analyst at a healthcare company. We had a candidate who had no experience and no domain knowledge, but he had a good attitude and good personality. And guess what? We didn't hire him. We honestly just had better candidates who already knew the skills we were looking for and had domain knowledge. He's out there doing well, though. He was a good guy. I love that you know that he's out there doing well. Okay, what was the point of this post? I'm incredibly confused by your message? Moral of the story is, if you have a good attitude, we're not going to hire you, but I'm sure you'll do better somewhere else. Look, if he didn't have the experience, that's a totally valid reason not to pick him. But I don't see what this was about. I can't fathom. I'm very stupid. Rare bird ruined my interview. So, I was on a second Zoom interview for a company when a really rare bird landed on my windowsill. I did a double take and had to stop and point it out. I love birds. Interviewers did not seem impressed. I don't even care, though. It's never been seen before in my area. I can't work for people who don't appreciate a good rare bird sighting. And I can't work for anybody that has zero sense of humor. Or, any sense of being a person at all. I've talked to a good few interviewers in my time that are incredibly rude, and they're cold, and they're an asshole to you because that's sort of a tactic, I guess. If we treat this interviewee like garbage, we'll really see if they're worth anything. And as someone who does have some mental disability going on up there, it was really goddamn mean, because of course I wasn't prepared to be treated like shit. The HR standoff. What are your salary expectations? What's your salary range for this role? I can't wait for companies to be legally required nationwide to post what they are offering at literal minimum for the job. And yeah, it is at minimum. If I go into Walmart and they say we start at 16 and I go, cool, after 3 months, what can I go up to? I don't mind starting at what you guys are willing to start with. I don't mind that. But it will go up, or I will leave, and I will find something better. We don't do this is your pay rate, no matter how long you work with us. When I worked at Walmart, there was a woman there who had a 35-year badge. And I asked, do they get any kind of benefit for that? I mean, that's their entire lives. Like their entire adult lives that they've been working here. What do you give them? And I kid you not, the only benefit that the manager was able to tell me was, they get a lifetime 10% discount. Wow, that's super good. When I asked, do they get constant raises? Nope, that woman was making about $1.50 an hour more than I was. And I just started. I hate it here. I just peed myself in public. No, not because I had to go and there wasn't a bathroom close. There was one within range. Sometimes you just have to put yourself in tough situations to overcome adversity. Basically every Sigma grind set post on LinkedIn. Oh yeah, I pissed my pants. I overcame it so hard. Can we make a reality show where we make baby boomers try applying for jobs for the first time in 30 years using their own advice, and then see how quickly they have a mental breakdown? I don't think they're gonna have a mental breakdown. I think they're just gonna... No, yeah, you're right, they'll have a mental breakdown, but you know how boomers get with breakdowns. They just sort of turn into a pissed off statue, you know?